Revelation chapter 10. Y'all, I've started this video. This is the 6th time I've started this video. Let's see if we can actually do it this time. So we know at the end of chapter 9, the 6th trumpet had just blown. Okay, Revelation chapter 10, verses 1 and 2. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea and his left foot on the earth. So this is a vision that John is having, okay? This is not something that is physically happening during the tribulation. It's not that this giant angel, who is described like Jesus, is going to come down and put his feet in the ocean and on the land. Okay, that's not a physical thing that's going to happen. This is a vision. And he's saying that this also is sometime before the 7th trumpet is going to blow. So we're not even sure as far as the timeline here that John is seeing this. But let's read verses 3 and 4. And cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not. So when this angel spoke, or Jesus spoke, it said it spoke with a loud voice, like when a lion roars, okay? But when he spoke, 7 thunders spoke back to him, okay? And John is about to write down what these 7 thunders said, and God said, no, we're not going to write that. This is something that is still a mystery, okay? The Bible never reveals what these 7 thunders had said, okay? So let's read 5 and 6. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and sware by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that therein are, and the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea and the things which therein are, that there should be time no longer. Okay, so this is another reason I'm not quite sure that this angel was Jesus. Maybe it is. Some people, if you read the commentaries or things online, some people say yes, some people say no. I'm not quite sure. It is definitely described as Jesus, but then it says he lifts his hands to heaven and he swears by God. Okay, that's who he is swearing by the Creator, by God. Let's see what he swears. Verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God should be finished, as he hath declared to his servants the prophets. So he says, when that 7th angel blows his trumpet, okay, then his judgment, which is God's judgment, will be finished. Okay, the mystery of God will be fulfilled. Now, let's talk a little bit about timeline. We know that the tribulation is going to be 7 years, 3.5 years of peace, 3.5 years of not peace. Okay, we know the trumpets are going to blow during the last 3.5 years. Now, the way that the Bible is written, it looks like the trumpets blow one right after the other, and then the vials open one right after the other. But that is not how it happens, okay? If you read, and we're going to talk about it, especially as we get into the 7th trumpet, that the 7 trumpets are kind of expanded through that last 3.5 years, okay? So that the 7th trumpet will blow at the end of that 3.5 years. And that is when all of his mysteries will be revealed. That will be the end, okay? No more mysteries to be revealed. That's it. That's his judgment. That's the end of it. All right, let's read verses 8 to 11. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth as sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. So, why did John have to eat the book? Because, like he said at the end, you will prophesy again among all these nations. John is the one responsible for telling the world this, okay? John's the one responsible for it. So, but what does that mean? That it is sweet in your mouth and bitter in your belly. Well, the only physical analogy, I guess, that I could think of would be like, so our oldest daughter, she used to have a milk allergy. She doesn't anymore, completely delivered from that. God took all of that away from her. But she used to have a milk allergy where she shouldn't eat ice cream because it would make her sick. But she would eat it anyway. It's kind of the same thing. Like the ice cream would be sweet when you ate it, and are people who are lactose intolerant. You know, you're not supposed to have these things, but they're sweet when you eat them. And then when they get in your belly, not sweet anymore. But the actual thing that it's talking about is how this prophecy of the end times, okay, the very end of the world, how God's judgment is going to be brought out upon this earth, how that is a sweet thing. It's sweet for the ones who believe in him, for his followers, for his children. It's going to be a great time. But then at the same time, it's bitter because there are people that have rejected him. People in our own families that aren't going to be with us, that are going to have to endure this wrath of his because they have chosen to not follow him. And that is why it's bitter. So I hope that you are in the part that has chosen him, and that you're going to be living this great, victorious life with Jesus in heaven and not have to endure what we're talking about. Have a good day, guys.